Hello friends, Samay here. I've been thinking of why people are interested in talking about other people, which I'm also guilty. But before we talk about that, I saw this video online and I challenged myself to do it. Let's see if I nailed it or not. You will be the judge. I came across this devotional, Affliction Spreads Knowledge of God, and I'd like to read it to you. Maybe you'll have some takeaways. Wait, was it Harry Potter? As a Christian, we don't mix wizard and Christianity together. But maybe I will do, my Sabbath school children. And maybe I'll start with here. So going back to the devotional that I would like to read to you, it started with James 5:10. Take the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. So there was never one who walked among men more cruelly slandered than the Son of Man. He was derided and mocked because of his unwavering obedience to the principles of God's holy law. They hated him without a cause, yet he stood calmly before his enemies, declaring that reproach is a part of a Christian's legacy, counseling his followers how to meet the arrows of malice, bidding them not to faint under persecution. While slander may blacken the reputation, it cannot stain the character that is in God's keeping. So long as we do not consent to sin, there is no power, whether human or satanic, that can bring a stain upon the soul. A man whose heart is stayed upon God is just the same in the hour of his most afflicting trials and most discouraging surroundings as when he was in prosperity, when the light and favor of God seems to be upon him. His words, his motives, his actions may be misrepresented and falsified, but he does not mind it because he has greater interest at stake. Like Moses, he endures as seeing him who is invisible. In every age, God's chosen messengers have been reviled and persecuted. Yet, through their affliction, the knowledge of God has been spread abroad. Every disciple of Christ is to step into the ranks and carry forward the same work, knowing that its foes can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. God means that truth shall be brought to the front and become the subject of examination and discussion, even through the contempt placed upon it. The minds of the people must be agitated. Every controversy, every reproach, every effort to restrict liberty of conscience is God's means of awakening minds that otherwise might slumber. How often this result has been seen in the history of God's messengers. When the noble and eloquent Stephen was stoned to death at the instigation of the Sanhedrin Council, there was no loss to the cause of the gospel. The light of heaven that glorified his face, the divine compassion breathed in his dying prayer, were as a sharp arrow of conviction to the bigoted Sanhedrist who stood by. And Saul, the persecuting Pharisee, became a chosen vessel to bear the name of Christ before Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel. And that is from the thoughts from the Mount of Blessing. It is a very wonderful devotional that we should not worry if people is slandering you. It's okay as long as you know you're not doing anything wrong. The truth will prevail in God's time. Romans 8:28 is a great reminder that all things will work together for good to those who love God. If you happen to caught yourself talking about people, then don't forget to pray for them and learn from whatever situation they're in. Maybe you can think of something on how to help them, or maybe you can think of how to encourage them. Going back to the question, why people are interested in talking about other people, the answer is very simple. We are created socially, and unless we have Christ, we can stop ourselves from talking about other people. Well, that's it for today, guys. What do you think about my clay creation? Did I nail it? Let me know what else to create. Thanks for watching. This is Samay, your sister in Christ, saying bye-bye.